Hello friends, this is another video in the series of videos for the chapter quadratic equations. Today I am going to share a trick to check your answers of the quadratic equation. So let's say you have solved few quadratic equations and you obtained the two roots of each of the quadratic equations. Now during the exam time, if you want to cross check whether the roots that you have obtained are correct or not, then you have to follow this trick. You have to do 3 steps. In those 3 steps, you have to add the two roots that you have obtained and you have to multiply the two roots. So on addition, in the first example, the addition of two roots is -4 and multiplication is -12. The same way, the addition and multiplication of the roots in the other examples are mentioned in this table. So now how this trick works. Let's say you have this first equation, x squared plus 4x minus 12 equals to 0, and after solving this equation with any of the methods, you got the roots as -6 and +2. Now add the two roots, that will give you -4 as the answer of addition, and multiply these two roots and you get -12 as the product. Now if you observe this addition and multiplication answers with the equation, you will find that the answer of addition is somewhat similar to the middle term of the quadratic equation, and the product is equal to the last or the constant term of the equation. The only difference in the answer of addition and the middle term is that of sign. So we can say that the sum of the roots is equal to the negative coefficient of x, and the product of the root is equal to the constant term in the quadratic equation. Now you must be thinking that this can be a coincidence. So let us check another example. The equation is x squared minus x minus 20 equals to 0, and after solving this equation, you get the roots as -4 and +5. So let us check the addition and multiplication of the roots. The addition is 1 and the multiplication is -20, and to your surprise, the answer of addition is equal to the negative coefficient of x, and the answer of multiplication is equal to the constant term in the quadratic equation. So this works for all the quadratic equations where you get two real roots. Now let us check if the roots are irrational. Again we follow the same process. We find the sum and the product of the roots. The sum over here is 3 plus root 5 plus 3 minus root 5, which gives 6, and the product is obtained by using the identity of a squared minus b squared, that gives 9 minus 5, that is 4. And if you check with the quadratic equation, addition is equal to the negative coefficient of x and the product is equal to the constant term. So this works even if the roots are irrational. Now in these 3 examples, if you have noticed, the coefficient of the x squared term of the equation was 1. What if the coefficient is other than 1? Let us check this next example where the coefficient of x squared is 2. The equation is 2x squared minus 9x plus 10 equals to 0. And the roots after solving this equation obtained are 2 and 5 upon 2. We follow the same process for this trick, that is, first you have to convert the equation in such a way that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So here we need to divide the entire equation by 2, and the new quadratic equation that is obtained after dividing by 2 is x squared minus 9 by 2x plus 5 equals to 0. And now we follow the same steps, that is, add and multiply the zeros, add and multiply the roots. The answer of addition is 2 plus 5 by 2, that is 4 by 5 whole upon 2 after taking LCM, that is 9 by 2. And the answer of multiplication is 5. And if you compare this, the answer of addition is again equal to the negative coefficient of x in the equation, and the answer of multiplication is equal to the constant term of the equation. So this trick works for all the type of quadratic equations where two roots are real. Now let us see the concept behind this trick. This is not a trick, there is a concept of quadratic equation behind this trick. And the concept is, suppose alpha and beta are the two roots or two zeros of the quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Then we can write x equals to alpha or x equals to beta. This is generally what we get at the end of the solving quadratic equation. If x equals to alpha and x equals to beta are the zeros, that means x minus alpha and x minus beta are the factors of the quadratic equation. So if we multiply both the factors and simplify to get a quadratic equation, we get an equation like this: x squared minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha into beta equals to 0. And we know the standard form of a quadratic equation, that is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So when we compare these two quadratic equations, the first thing is the coefficient of x squared. So to make equal coefficients of x squared, we have to divide the equation by a. So we get x squared plus b upon ax plus c upon a equals to 0. Next, when we compare the coefficient of x, so negative alpha plus beta equals to b by a. Now alpha plus beta means the sum of both the zeros. So the sum of the zeros is the negative b upon a. Same way, when we compare the constant terms in both the equations, we have alpha into beta equals to c upon a, and alpha into beta means product of both the zeros. So the product of zeros is c upon a, that is the constant term. So to summarize these things, the trick or the concept, we have 3 steps. First step, to make the coefficient of x squared as 1 in the given equation. Second step is to find the two roots or two zeros. And the third step is to multiply the two roots or the two zeros. And you have to check that the sum of the roots is equal to the negative coefficient of x in the equation, and the product of the two roots is the constant term of the equation. So this can help you to check your answers during the exam or at any time when you are doing your practice of quadratic equation. I hope this video is useful to you. Thank you for watching.